And now it's time for Hot Seat Highlights with Wally George. Stand by for Wally's hard-hitting comments on the hottest issues of the day. Then check out highlights from the past 17 years of Hot Seat. And now, here he is, the original voice of conservatism and controversy. The most talked about and the most imitated talk show host on television. It's the one and only Wally George.
Hey, thank you very much, Mike Carlucci. I'm back. I'm here. Wally's here. Have no fear. Jeff Bingham, my fine director and editor, is in the booth. How you doing tonight, Jeff?
Good, Wally. How about you?
I'm dandy. And let's see. I wonder how Al Gore is feeling tonight after he's taken a look at the polls. Boy, he's not feeling good. The polls are looking good for George W. Okay, Jeff Bingham is our director. Jerry Bingham is on audio. Dick Werner is in engineering. And producing us behind the cameras is my good friend Hoshi Modelli, who pointed out to me when I came in today that I was getting a little belly. How dare you point that out to me? I just have a tiny little spare tire. Just a little tiny one. Talk about bellies, Hoshi.
Look at mine.
See, he dares to point out to a superstar that I have a belly. I haven't got a belly. Look at this. Look at this. Flat as a pancake. Look at that. Look at that.
Yes.
Flat. It's a flat pancake. Flat belly. So look at that. Flat. Flat.
A flat tire.
Yeah. Thank you very much. Well, here's a great column by Mona Sharon. Al Gore's lies. He just can't seem to help himself. That's the headline. And she says, when Al Gore was asked about a direct quote in which he had questioned Bush's qualifications to be president in one of the debates, he denied that he had ever said it. And then, of course, they got out the tape, and he said it. Unbelievable. And then he said in one of the other debates, I accompanied James Lee Witt down to Texas when those terrible fires broke out. Well, Mona Sharon found out he did not accompany James Lee Witt to Texas when the fires broke out. James Lee Witt admits that himself. Why would he say that? Unbelievable. Al Gore is the Zelig of modern politics, painting himself into pictures of which he has no part. He says he invented the internet. He co-sponsored McCain-Feingold, discovered the Love Canal, faced danger in Vietnam. He was rocked to sleep as a babe to music that was written when he was 27 years old. And he authored the expansion of the Earned Income Tax Credit. He now claims that he legitimately read in a newspaper article that he was the model for Eric Siegel's tearjerker movie Love Story. Baloney. Siegel, the author of this Love Story book, and then it became a movie, the author Siegel has gone public saying that Al Gore certainly was not his model when he wrote Love Story. I don't know why he does these things. That same let me simplify this for you mindset was at work in the first debate over and over again, but he got caught when he used little Kaylee Ellis as the symbol of overcrowded underfunded public schools. The day he visited, Kaylee had to stand in science class for a few minutes until somebody ran and got her a chair. But Al Gore said in the debate that she had to stand there for days because they didn't have room for a chair or a desk. And the absolute truth of the matter is she had to stand for less than an hour until someone ran and got her a chair. And on it goes here. And she winds up her column here saying, here's a deal that might satisfy voters and might prove even more remunerative than George Bush's tax cut plan. Have Al Gore give taxpayers back $1 for every lie he tells. Do I have time? The newsletter, $20 for a whole year of my newsletter coming out soon. Make your check out to Wally George and send it to the address on your screen, P.O. Box 4942, Garden Grove, California 92842. A red-hot newsletter, and you want to subscribe for a whole year to my monthly Wally George newsletter. Okay, now we're going to take a little break, and we'll come right back with highlights from the past 18 years of my Hot Seat show. Stay there! Hey, let me tell you about Norman Lewis first-class limo, and I mean he has first-class limos. Take a look at just some of the limos he has available for you for your special occasion. And you tell Norman and his staff that Wally George sent you, and you do get a special discount on your fantastic limo. Make it a real event. Call Norman Lewis First-Class Limo, okay?
The new KDOC TV is 21 Jump Street. Johnny Depp.
I'm a police officer.
Teaming up with teenage cops.
It's gonna be a long ride.
Fighting crime undercover.
You took the little one.
21 Jump Street. And more. On the new KDOC TV.
It is about balancing our choices between the gray of the concrete jungle and the stunning beauty of the real one. Between a stoic facade of granite and the fury of the canyon. Between deafness and the presence of breathtaking music. Between blindness and blinding beauty. It's why there's Shear. The simple way to find balance. Shear is the workplace giving program bringing the leading environmental groups under one umbrella. Support Shear, support them all. Shear. Please ask your employer about workplace giving. To learn more, please visit our website.
Hold it down, guys. Shh. Hold in the audience. Okay, now it's time for our final guest on the hot seat. David, introduce her, if you will.
Okay, next up tonight we have actress and former Miss Louisiana, Rhonda Shear. Rhonda Shear is here.
Okay. All right. Hold it. Rhonda Shearer. Okay.
Yes, Wally George.
Hold on, everybody. Now, you are an actress, and you're a model. You're former Miss Louisiana. Now, you are here to complain to me that many girls have to suffer from sexual harassment on the job. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Sexual harassment on the job.
Where's your work?
Sexual harassment on the job. Harass is to be annoyed or disturbed persistently. And then the sexual harassers are considered by their peers to be virile, victorious studs. Like yourself, Wally.
Wait a minute. Hey, let me say this. Wait a minute.
I've been a victim.
Wait a minute.
I've been a victim.
She feels a victim. When she walks around like that, she's asking to be sexually harassed. Wait, Rhonda.
Wait, excuse me. May I speak?
Wait, hold it. Rhonda, if you and people like you don't want to be sexually harassed, why do you walk around half naked, huh?
Wally, it has nothing to do. I was harassed as a student. I've been harassed as an actress. I ran for public office. I was harassed. My experience, my ability should have nothing to do with what I wear.
Well, how were you sexually harassed on the job, for example?
Okay, well, let me tell you about sexual harassment.
Hold it down.
Sexual harassment has always been encouraged by many ways, okay? The macho men, as we have in the audience, they look... And the reason why men act this way today is because TV and movies have depicted macho men as heroes. So what happens is harassment is not... It's a crime, just as rape is a crime.
Well, you know
and women are victims of this crime. Okay? Wait. What we wear, should I lose my femininity and dress a different way because some animal wants to make a pass at me?
Wait a minute. I am sick and tired of women like you who are always screaming and hollering about sexual harassment. I see women in offices, not only actresses like you, who are swinging their hips down the hallways.
You want to know the truth, Wally?
Wait, let me finish. So I see the I see these little secretaries in offices. Wait a minute, let me finish.
Okay. You finish
with their skin-tight dresses and their low plunging necklines. And they go wiggling down the hallway, and then when someone lays a finger on them, they scream sexual harassment. That's baloney.
Many times their bosses insist that they dress like this or they'll lose their job. Absolutely. Wait, let me finish.
You appear to have something against macho men. What would you like?
Wait.
Little whip?
Absolutely not. Let me tell you something. Wait. My turn. All right, this is it. Women have been brought up now in our generation that we can compete in the working world, okay? Now, men have been brought up to believe that women are subservient to them. So now, women, you know what the problem is? They're jealous. Women are starting to do well. Men are jealous because women are starting to take over executive positions. It's stewardesses are harassed, nurses are harassed by doctors, students are harassed. And the reason why is because it's a power play. It's a man's power play. They're going to dangle this plum. I'll give you a promotion. I'll give you a raise if you go to bed with me.
Wait a minute. If men ever stopped harassing women, the whole damn race of them would shrivel up and die.
Wait a minute. No, yeah, you speak up.
Harass us some more.
Wait, Rhonda, you see, you fail to admit that women who are beautiful like you and have sexy bodies, you use that to get ahead, don't they? Yes, you do.
Red Book. The ladies in the audience should let me speak. Red Book did a survey, okay? 9,000 women were surveyed. 9 out of 10 working women were harassed at one point or time on the job. 92% of these women considered it to be dangerous. Only 18% complained. Do you know what happened to the 18% that complained? They lost their jobs. The work was, they were overloaded with work. We can't speak out. And you know why? Because what happens is a rape victim is protected because their names are at least protected. When you speak out and you say, my employer harassed me, it then goes before the press has your name, and then what happens is you're blackballed in your community. You can't work anymore. And then you need a witness to prove that the guy pinched you on your butt. Let me turn it around. Would you like to be pinched on your butt?
Let me tell you about this great family sports restaurant, Coach's Sports Grill. Come in and say hi to Stan Sr. They show all of the best games on big television screens, college and pro. And I'll tell you, the food is fantastic. The atmosphere, great. A bunch of terrific people in there at Coach's Sports Grill. Ask for the Wally Special.
When you've got a serious leak, it's time for Leak Ender 2000. It fixes any leak fast, no matter what's leaking. Just spray it with Leak Ender 2000, and in minutes, the leak is sealed. Look, we'll cut this garden hose with a knife, then shut off the water and spray on Leak Ender 2000. Minutes later, the hose is as good as new. The cut is sealed. Leak Ender 2000 is a unique compound that fills and seals any crack or separation as it hardens. Why put up with gushing gutters, dripping drains, wet windowsills, and rain-soaked RVs? Leak Ender 2000 stops all those leaks, and it's yours for only $14.95. Call now and we'll double your order. We'll send you this giant-sized can at no extra charge. Order now.
To order, have your credit card ready and call toll-free 1-800-981-9191 or send check or money order for $14.95 plus $4 shipping to the address on your screen. Call 1-800-981-9191.
Hi, I'm Paul James here in Southern California because you have a new unwanted visitor. No, not me. Red imported fire ants. They're not just a nuisance. They're dangerous because they can swarm, bite, and sting in seconds. These fire ants are typically found in yards, parks, golf courses, anywhere they can find moisture. A fire ant mound can be flat or raised, but don't get too close. If you suspect you found one or want to find out more, call 1-8884-FIRE-ANT.
Hey, we're back, and we have a great friend of mine here, Mike Brueggemann. How you doing, Michael?
Okay, nice to see you again.
Great to have you here.
Okay, thanks. Happy to be here.
I enjoyed chatting with you at your office the other day.
And I enjoyed my chat, too.
Well, as you see on the screen, Mike Brueggemann specializes in criminal defense, right?
That's correct, yeah. I specialize in criminal defense.
Now, you people out there are saying, well, you know, criminal defense. Listen, everybody makes a mistake. Don't be a finger pointer. I've made a lot of mistakes in my life. And if you've made a mistake and you have a criminal offense staring at you, you've got to do something about it. You've got to have someone defend you, and you've got to have the proper attorney. And I think this man, Michael Brueggemann, is the Brueggemann. I got to pronounce it right.
That's fine, yeah.
I think he is the best around. He does a fantastic job. Now, you do practice criminal law exclusively?
Just about exclusively, that's correct. I do criminal defense, all matters, basically starting with traffic infractions. I do a little bit of that, misdemeanors and serious felonies.
Now, when someone is accused of a crime, why should they hire a lawyer like you, I would hope, rather than just defending themselves?
Well, under California law, particularly now, the penalties have gotten stiffer and stiffer for all crimes, even small misdemeanors. Even if someone feels they're guilty, they may end up pleading to something that has potential long-term ramifications, like registration for narcotics offenses for 5 years, sex registration under 290 for very relatively minor things. Sometimes people come into my office and they say, well, why should I have a lawyer? I'm innocent. And frankly, that's the time when you should be talking to competent, defense counsel.
Right.
Because the system sometimes, unfortunately, I think it's right much of the time, is not necessarily set up for the person who is innocent. So.
Right. Now, what if a person absolutely is guilty?
Well, nonetheless, I mean, if someone happens to be guilty of the charge, one of the things we can lessen the impact.
Right.
And get creative with the district attorney and the court, how, we can enter into a plea negotiation that minimalizes this for the...
Get a lesser sentence at least.
Absolutely, absolutely, or the help that they may need.
What is the difference, Michael, of a misdemeanor and a felony?
Well, a misdemeanor is considered a non-serious crime, although that's not always the case. Generally, the way they are separated is that a misdemeanor can get you at least 6 months in jail as the maximum sentence, or even up to a year. A felony has a maximum sentence of state prison, which is a different system run by the state of California.
Okay. Now, how does a domestic violence case work?
Well, domestic violence has become a very large issue in the state of California since the O.J. Simpson trial, at least, and actually before that. And at this point, when there's a domestic violence call made and officers respond, and it's as easy as someone dialing 911 and hanging up, the 911 system is going to call that person back, and they're going to dispatch officers if they feel there's any kind of disturbance at all going on. If the officer ascertains that either someone's injured or someone admits to hitting someone else and they happen to be cohabitating, or their husband and wife, that person's going to get arrested. They're going to be placed on bail. The bail right now is $25,000
wow.
even for a misdemeanor, and they're going to be prosecuted. And this particular time is really important to get in to see a lawyer, because a lawyer can come in, such as myself, and talk with the DA. If there's insufficient evidence, we may be able to avoid a filing altogether.
How do you get bail?
Well, you can call a bail bondsman.
Yeah.
Okay. I can put a plug in for one.
You got to have some money, don't you?
Well, bail works in a couple of different ways. You can either post a cash bond, okay, with the court, and that would be the total amount of bail. So, for example, if the bail were $10,000 with the court, that's put into the general fund in Orange County, and after the case is disposed of, settled, or the person's not guilty or whatever happens, then the money's returned to whoever wrote that check. On the other hand, you can get a bail bondsman, and it's about 10% premium.
You recommend one?
Yeah, I can recommend a good bail bondsman. His name is Mike Fidelis. That's Fidelis.
And where's he located?
He's in Fullerton. He goes by Fast Track Bail Bonds, and the number is 714-899-0123.
Gee, I should get him on my show as a sponsor.
Could be, yeah. Mike's a good guy.
Okay, listen, it's great having you on.
Thank you very much.
On the show. Let's put that up again. There's the number to call. If you have a criminal offense staring at you, or you know somebody, then that's the number to call. Maybe it isn't you. Maybe it isn't the person watching. Maybe they have a member of the family or somebody.
Well, absolutely. Call anytime.
Area code 949-475-1886, and be sure to mention Wally George, and you get a free autograph photo with your consultation. Right?
Yes, absolutely. I have a whole stack.
And you give them a little discount on their fee?
Absolutely. If you come in and you tell me that you saw me on the Wally George show, definitely I'll work with you.
Okay. Thank you, Michael. Call. There's the number. I'll be right back with some final words. Stay where you are. Complete auto repair at Automotion. Come in and see Ed. They have a staff of fantastic mechanics. I don't care what's wrong with that car of yours, they're going to fix it. They are great. Mention Wally George, and you get a special discount on your fee. So remember, Automotion. For complete auto repair, they are great.
It may be cold outside, but it's sizzling in here. Share steamy conversation with girls that are sweet yet wild. Pick up the phone now and call 1-800-WE-ARE-18. Just $2.50 to $5.99 per minute for adults only. Or visit us at weare18.com. Listen or take a peek. Anything can happen.
Let 18 be your lucky number.
Faith and Begada, you're going to have a wonderful time, you are, at Darby's Irish Pub in Fullerton. It's brand new. And you just got to come down there to Darby's and see my friend Jim. He's the owner, and they have down there, see, they have darts and pool tables, 12 beers on tap, and everybody has a grand time. Mention Wally George for a free autograph photo.